Hey, 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 welcome back to Legally TT, and I'm your host, Legally TT. You know, I'm just being extra today. Don't judge me. So for those of you that are returning, thank you so much for stopping by again. And for those of you that are new here, thank you. Welcome. So, another walk with me, fertility edition. So, I dropped off the face of the earth after my last cycle. So what had happened was I just couldn't handle it. We had another failed IUI. IUI number 3 was a failed IUI. Everything seemed to go well. Unfortunately, it didn't. We didn't get to trigger that IUI either. It's just my body is just moving so quickly. So we went into cycle number 4. However, cycle number 4 was really different and very overwhelming because we also had made the decision to move on to IVF. And because we had made the decision to move on to IVF during an IUI cycle, we were preparing for IVF while going through IUI. So mentally, I had to keep myself hopeful for this IUI cycle, but also prepare for the possibility of IVF while not forcing myself to completely give up on this IUI. I decided not to take a break in between the two, which I should have, because I thought it would I didn't know it would be so involved. And it extremely overwhelmed me to the point where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do IVF. I always said I didn't know if I was going to do IVF, nor did I really want to. So after the first appointment for cycle number 4, I just was like, I can't. I don't want to be on film. I don't want to talk. I don't want to deal with this because I am completely overwhelmed with everything that is going on. I cried, I think, once a week. Once a week I cried. Yeah, I did. Probably more than that. Every time I thought about it or I had to do something with IVF, I probably cried. It's okay. I just cried. So let's talk about what was going on. So I had to go to my regular appointments for IUI. See, even I got confused. I had to go to my regular appointments for IUI. I also had additional appointments. For instance, I had to do a mock transfer. So they had to see what size catheter would be needed to do the transfer during IVF. We had our initial IVF consultation with our doctor as well to talk about the process, the medicines, what was to be expected, how the transfer would be, the fact that we would be planning to do a frozen transfer and not a fresh transfer due to the fact that I have PCOS and I am at high risk for OHSS, which is hyperstimulation, something ovary. Go look that up. I don't remember. Maybe I'll put it somewhere here. I don't know. And it's very risky. So I, have to plan for a frozen transfer. They also send you all these videos to watch about how to take the medicine, about the transfer, about the retrieval. Then the retrieval triggered me again because you have to be put to sleep for the retrieval. And of course, being in a COVID environment, no one else is allowed to come into the office with you. And with the retrieval, you actually get put to sleep. So literally, I would go in, they would put me to sleep, they would do the retrieval, they would wake me up, and I guess kind of roll me outside to whoever's there waiting for me. No one, would be there when I woke up. So that was emotional. I didn't want to deal with that either because I felt it was so unfair that through all of this, they couldn't make exceptions for everyone that's going through it to have someone there for you after the retrieval. So fine. So I was dealing with a lot, and I keep forgetting to call my therapist. Don't judge me. We got it together now, I promise. We got set appointments because unfortunately we will have to move on to IVF. I did not want to move on to IVF, but I didn't want to do another IUI. I just didn't. I kind of wanted to just give up. I kind of wanted to just say, okay, I guess we just won't have any children. I'll get another dog. Somehow I still ended up with another dog. But that wasn't me, I promise. It wasn't me. That was my husband's doing, how we ended up with another dog. But it's okay. It is what it is. So we are moving on to IVF. I got all my medicine. Maybe I'll do a video on all the medicine. It's a lot. I'll probably insert a picture here. It's a lot of medicine. Even going to get the medicine was overwhelming. Like, how many shots? So it is supposed to be 10 to 12 days of injections, of 2 to 3 injections a day. I don't know if I'll film that. I'm not sure. We don't know how that's gonna go. We'll see when we get there. I decided to take a break in between because I needed to kind of gather myself, and I needed some time. I really did. I needed some time to accept the fact that we were moving on to IVF and we've had 4 failed IUIs. So I needed some time. Now, the silver lining of all of this is because we have spent so much out in IUI. My insurance is 100% covering our IVF. All I have to pay is my copays. So at least on my side. For my husband, he still has to pay whatever they pay, but it's cheap for him to go jizz in a cup. Yeah, it's less than $100. But for me, things were $200, $300. The medicine alone, I will say I'm thankful for insurance. It was $15,000 worth of medicine. And with my insurance, I paid $220, I believe. $220 is what I paid of the $15,000. So y'all gonna find y'all some good insurance, because if you don't have insurance, you gonna spend your life savings and then some trying to have a baby. So you pay all this money to make the baby, to pay all this money to take care of the baby. It's crazy, the things we do for children. So I am thankful. I'm really, really thankful. Even last cycle of IUI, a lot of my bills came back at $0 because my insurance did pay for it. So I was really thankful about that. So please look into your insurance, see how much they cover, what they cover. My insurance will cover 1 year of cryo, so freezing, less than 1 year of freezing the eggs. It covers IVF. A lot of insurance does not even cover IVF at all. My IUI was actually not, I don't think that was really classified as fertility treatment. And I think that's also because it was medically needed. So please dig deep into your insurance. I kind of went into this blindly, and I was just like, yeah, we just gonna do this. It just is what it is. I would have had a little less stress at times if I've known, hey, once I reach this threshold, I'm going to move on to not having to pay anything. Also, I think after going through IUI, I don't know if I would have went through IUI if I known now what I known then, what I know now. IUI, I feel, is a trial and error, like huge trial and error. They have to figure out how your body ovulates and do your follicles mature and when they mature, and you gotta hope that the little, fishies, because I don't know if you could say that on YouTube, so we'll just leave that there, get to the egg and, all of that. There's still a lot of trial and error when IVF takes out a lot of the extra work and the guessing. The big part of the egg being fertilized is already done. So all you have to do is pray that the egg will actually stick. That's it. It's not a 2-week wait either. After you do a transfer, I believe it's 6 days. I can't remember. I believe it's 6 days that you wait after you do a transfer. Last cycle was so rough that I didn't even go take the blood work after the 2-week wait. When I peed on the stick and it said negative, I took it as it is and I kept it moving. I was like, I'm not going to get that blood work. There's no point. I'm going to go get blood work for you to tell me that it was unsuccessful. I could wait a day or two and my period will tell me it's unsuccessful. And that's exactly what happened. So of course I went on that emotional roller coaster of, oh, it's another negative. Oh, my period's here. Oh, we have to go through IVF. Oh, I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. Still every day I sit and wonder, do I really want to do this? The closer it gets, the scarier it gets for me. But since I picked up this medicine already, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna go through it. I just am. So I did also find out that here in the States, they typically only do 1 embryo transfer. I have tried to get my doctor to do 2, just so we have a higher chance, but they play with numbers and they're like, it's like only a 9 to 10% better chance that you'll get pregnant, and they don't want you to have multiples because that's a high risk pregnancy. And look, just do what I ask, but it doesn't work that way. So it's still on the table. She still has left it on the table, but she is kind of still pretty adamant that 1 embryo will be transferred. So we will see when we get there. When we have to cross that bridge, we'll worry about it. But right now we're not even counting down. We're not counting down to when we start IVF. When cycle day 1 gets here, then we start. That's just how it goes. I don't know what cycle day I am. I'm somewhere mid-cycle. So we shall see. I have decided that, 1, I have scheduled therapy appointments for each week. Those are already set because I am going to need as much support as possible because it is going to be a very emotional journey. I have also informed my family and those closest to me. Yes, I will be going through IVF because, of course, they ask, what's going on with your journey? How's everything going? I've informed them, yes, I will be going through IVF. However, I will be going through IVF quietly. So I will not be letting people know, hey, I went to the doctor today and this is what happened. No, it's going to be quiet. I need silence. Because I don't want any questions, like 0, none, nada. So we will be starting IVF soon, probably about 2 weeks out or so, somewhere around there, maybe a week. I don't really even know. But IVF will be starting soon. I will bring you guys, of course, along on that journey. Everything is behind. All my videos are behind, so you won't be real time. So I'm okay with that. So I hope you like this, and I thank you for being here, and make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.